And you start telling me the story of how you got to the plant, how many of you came in, what tasks you were given. This is for all those who say that they are not there, in short. This is me, Michael, not about you, because you explained that there is no video, no evidence behind the egg white, so here you have it.
Yes, that's where
I want to
now.
note that we spoke with Michael yesterday at about 4 o'clock in Kyiv time. Today, Friday, I'm already recording, so the script was developed well. He managed to learn it, if anything.
No, the most interesting story begins.
Yeah, go ahead.
From Markovka, we traveled for about 17 hours to Belgorod. We traveled slowly, spent the night somewhere there, stopped somewhere. The situation was constant. We arrived in Shebekina. They brought us later. There is a village called Arkhangelske. When we arrived there, they told us that you will have a day or two there to get ready, to prepare for everything. Like there is time, get settled, get ready, rest after the road. The road is difficult, which didn't happen. All sorts of bosses and non-bosses started together. They started running around, a lot of people, and it turned out that we were there for only 40 minutes. 50 minutes or so. They loaded us. We didn't even have time to properly pack, eat, take some food. They loaded us with ammunition, and not all of it. They even took our weapons that we had. We still had 10 rifles and an extra one. We had grenade launchers. We had everything. They didn't even let us take all of it.
How many people did you have in the end?
Moved there, in total we had 88 men.
Who are all this?
This is like a full company.
No, do you mean there was only a category of prisoners, or were there some?
No, there were both non-convicts and convicts.
How many in comparison, contractors and convicts?
There were all contract soldiers.
Well, that's what I mean.
And the convicts was somewhere around 60%.
Mostly convicts.
Yes, mostly convicts.
Okay,
The
that's
rest
fine.
are regulars.
Okay, that's fine.
They send us there, we arrive at the map. This is the first 0 point where all this section begins. We sit there all night, they prepare us, ask for call signs, additional call signs. They don't give us food, no matter how hungry we are. We have ammunition with us, 30 kilogram on our backs. These are the smokes, cigarettes. Morning comes. We spend the night there. They explain everything to us, this way and that you are going to the border and that you are going to guard the border, so to speak. It turns out that they bring us to Shebekina, to another point. I don't know what it's called. We walked through the forest for 7 kilometers. During these 7 kilometers, we dropped all our ammunition because we were already exhausted.
Threw it away?
Yes, we just stupidly threw away all the ammunition. We only left water and some part of the ammo with us in case it came in handy.
How much did you start carrying, and how much did you end up carrying?
At the start, I took with me about a whole box of ammo, 10 grenades and 2 smokes. Before the start, this is where Volchansk starts. I didn't bring anything. I just threw down my backpack.
Did you throw it away?
Yes, I just was exhausted. I was hungry.
How long did it take you to walk from the exit point to the plant?
We walked 7 kilometers somewhere in about 4 hours.
Well, like quickly.
Well, yes, but we had guides.
Did you know that you were going to a factory?
We didn't know at all where we were going initially. We were told that we were going to the border to guard it. We just walked through the forest, walked and walked.
And then hop, factory, yes?
No. Then we come to the border. We see that there are dugouts. We thought, oh, that's it. Have we really arrived? That's it. Thanks God. But it turned out not to be. They take us to some garage and we sit there for a day. And they start taking us away in groups of 7 people. In groups. 7 people each.
I wanted to clarify, there are, as you say, 80 people in this gang, right?
Yes.
Were there any officers?
There were officers, yes.
Did they see you throwing away alone, or did they all throw it away?
They threw everything out.
Did the officers say that it was not allowed?
They themselves also seemed to have thrown it out because they too were exhausted. They were wondering what was going on, that they weren't feeding us. They approached the authorities.
The officers themselves didn't know where they were going?
Yes. Nobody was told anything.
Who took you out, brought you in, showed all the points?
We had guides.
Who are they?
The guides were the ones who had a map and they lead us along the roads. We had Alpine quests on our phones, where they told us the point where we should move, together with the guide. The Alpine quest guide says I give you a point just in case you get lost, lose me. Always follow me. So, and it turned out that not many.
Once again, the officers who were with you, they didn't know that they were going to the factory.
They didn't know about it either.
And when did they find out about this?
Everyone found out only at the last moment.
Putin, your people are doing nonsense. They throw away the ammunition and go whatever they want. It would be better if they went whatever they wanted. Well, go ahead.
We sat for a day and then started walking. We also had radios. According to the radio, we had a commander. His name was Kazakh.
Kazakh?
Yeah, Kazakh.
Everyone guess why he had such a call sign.
And he lead us. He says we reached the points, and our very first point, we had to get to the point of the Lekarnya. Turns out.
How this word translated?
Lekarnya is a polyclinic.
Hospital.
Yes, a hospital. This was our first point, the distribution point.
Ensure to speak perfectly.
This is the distribution point. Most of the groups were taken there. Little by little, after a few days, all the groups were started.
Is this a 3-story hospital?
Don't know.
Which hospital is this?
At that time, I don't know how many floors there were, but we were sitting in the basement.
It was half destroyed, right?
Yes. We were already hiding in the basement there, because I hadn't civil chance at that time.
You liberated it, didn't you?
No.
Why not?
We didn't liberate anyone, we just moved forward.
Have you seen the ruins?
On the video, yes, but we were there.
Volchansk, the city itself, is it intact?
No.
How was it?
Destroyed. At the moment, it is now in ruins.
Have you freed our people from their apartments?
It turns out no.
Why not?
Well, look, so they brought us in.
Do you understand what I'm asking you?
No, not really yet.
When you were wandering around Volchansk, walking to the factory, did you see any whole houses?
There are no whole houses. Destroyed houses.
That's right, I'm telling you. You freed our people from their property, from their apartments. You destroyed it.
Yes, but why is it that we came to someone else's territory to take away what is someone else's?
Are you asking me?
Well, I'm interested myself.
Why did you only start asking about this today? You didn't ask then when
I
they
asked,
brought you.
I've already been there. I've already asked
When
myself
the
the
first
question.
refusers appeared, why didn't you refuse to carry out the order?
We haven't had any refuses. We talked to each other. Yes, we were kind of open to each other. But only our own people could kill us.
That they told
Yes.
you?
If
they
you will...
execute you, yes?
Yes, you'll get a bullet in the
Who
forehead.
said this?
Many say it. Commanders say it. Kazakh say it. The one who says, what the hell, like, are you all out of your minds or something? Why did you sign the contract? I'm saying we're about to leave. He says no, like you came for a combat mission and you have to complete it. What refusal? Why did you sign the contract then? And then they shut us up and that's it. Yes, we wanted to, we thought about what to do, but we didn't want to get a bullet in the back. So, from June 10 to 15, we entered the factory. On June 15th, I found myself at the factory.
How many more people were there?
Another 14 people came with me. At this point, there were already about 70 people at the plant. They came in earlier.
Well, in short, at the time when you came in on the 15th.
Yes, there were already about 70 people there.
About 70 people.
Yes.
What happened to your food, medicine, and ammunition?
At first, everything was fine. There was ammunition at the plant, there was food, there were some medicines. It would seem that everyone had a little bit of everything, and at the plant itself too. Over time, everything seemed to go well. And then problems began with the times when they began to slowly demolish the plant.
When did this start?
It all started in June. It seems to have gone well. I mean, not really well. They bombed from different sides. But the most interesting thing is we were bombed by our own people.
It can be.
Seriously, it was our own people who bombed us. They were getting their aim in, so to speak. And we were bombed from other side.
Blue?
Yes, blue bombed too.
Blue, for those who don't know, these are the...
National Army of Ukraine.
I thought you were going to say Nazis.
No.
What do you call it among yourselves? Blue?
Well, among ourselves, it's like we...
You can swear.
Yes, faggots. Each other. When we take to them there, we had a good laugh.
They calling you faggots, and
yes,
you called them
we
faggots.
said, laughed, and everything was fine.
Your original faggots. So,
It turned
forgive me.
out that, in short, from June 15 to June 4,
July.
July, yes, everything was fine until I got injured.
During this time, during these 2 weeks, were they dead or injured?
There were dead, there were injured, there was a lot going on.
Did you understand when the bombs fell from your side?
Yes,
Well, of course you did.
we immediately understood that it was ours.
I understand that you have a lot of videos of them getting bombed by
Yes,
their
sure.
own people.
Of course they do. During this time from 15 to 4, I managed to visit 2 combat missions. The first combat task was to get the forge. This is through the first building along the bottom of the river to get to the South Bridge.
I don't know the way around. This is one of the crossings.
Yes, one of the crossing, the South
And
Bridge.
cross to the other side.
Yes.
For what purpose?
For the purpose of observing how many people entered and how many left. This was the task set by my commander under the call sign Kazakh.
And you went alone?
We were appointed.
How many of you go there?
There was 3 of us. Me, Ustyug, and Hell. This is my team from there. There are 4 more people there. After which we took up a position in this forge.
I'm sorry, but wouldn't it be easier to fly a drone? Why do you need to walk around and look with your eyes? Well, as I understand, it was one of our supply chains. No, I
They
understood
just
that.
went
to observe and not reveal themselves, right?
Yes, so that we don't,
So
in
it's not
short,
to engage in battle like...
don't make contact with
That's
anyone.
what I'm asking about. Why not? What's the point to putting people on display? Well, what kind of radio did you have?
We have TYT.
The one with encryption?
Yes.
I pay money for various, in short for TYT firmware. TTT, there are stickers there, different divisions. Also for hazard settings and for frequencies. Baofeng, this concerned the stormtroopers. Contact me, the program works.
So, and it was stormed dead, in short, an assault on the radio. So, we were at this forge somewhere around 3-4 days.
Uh-huh.
After which I celebrated my birthday there.
Did you celebrate?
Celebrated, yes, with the arrival of a tank and 3 FPVs.
Uh-huh.
We were taken apart. So, after that, we rolled back into the building. We radioed about it that in short the tank is taking us apart, we are getting hit by FPV. It is impossible to be there, roof is opened. That's it. We are in the free access.
Were you allowed to roll back?
Yes, we were given the permission. We rolled back, took up defensive positions as it were on the first floor of the building aggregate plant.
Uh-huh.
We took over a spot on the third floor and on the second floor to observe the southern bridge. Yes, we reported it. And we're there.
Did you have food?
We had food, yes, we still had it for some time.
Uh-huh. Did they bring it to you, or did they deliver it later via drones? When the logistics started, when it was interrupted? When you stopped getting food? Carriers with ammo, when did you stop getting delivered?
In the month of August.
Did they stop delivering to you in August?
Yes.
So you were fine in July, more or less?
In July, on July 1st, I was wounded. Other guys were already bringing us food.
Why weren't you evacuated?
Evacuation didn't work for us.
No, if people carried the food, then they could have taken
We
you.
had FPV bringing food into the first building. Handsome's building. This is the call sign of the person responsible for the entire aggregate plant. This was his point. But above him stood even more important people who transmitted orders back and forth via radio. It turned out that Mavic FPV sent food, pasta, stew, chocolate, candy, cookies, and bread were delivered to him. What we haven't seen all this time. And we only ate a pack of pasta
Let's
and a
put it
can of
this
stew.
way. Where you got hit, and with what, and why?
Well, in position until the force, we were taken apart by a tank, which, when we were at the assembly of the first building, the assembly plant, we rolled back to the first Handsome's building. He gave us a point. We were sitting on the 5th floor. We watched from the 5th floor. Later. This has all happened quickly.
You had binoculars.
Yeah, they gave us binoculars. They threw the binoculars to us. We ourselves were in shock. They threw down the binoculars, after which it turned out that I, being at my post, thought I'll go and see what's going on there. We have a police building there, and there was a machine gunner and a sniper there. And there are some riflemen. I thought, let me see where they are sitting. I'm interested in what's going on. I was sitting watching, and then a shell landed. Incoming from the blue side, flies right into the small window. There is an incoming there. I think it's okay. It flew in, threw me up about 2 meters. I managed to react and run upstairs. A minute later, I look down and there are no stairs. Managed to get up, after which I observed the situation. We have a hydrant, those lying there, and we need to somehow get down. We tie the hydrant, throw it down, and it becomes like a ladder. I go up to the post in such shock, wondering what the hell is going on. I got my post, stand at my post, and then incoming at the wall. From the Polish, this is an artillery weapon. It injured me, it hurt my leg, foot, calf, then a little higher, where the knees bends, lower back, elbow, and head. Bleeding, I somehow managed to get down to the 1st floor. How I did it, I don't remember anymore, but I did it. They patched me up there.
When what this?
It was July 4th.
July.
Yes, from July 4th I was on the 1st floor. They cooked and feed us there, but they didn't feed us much because there was one ladle of pasta, and that was it. That was the food for the day. No candy, no chocolate, nothing sweet.
Was there ice cream?
What ice cream? We didn't get anything from all of this because those who were in the first building ate it all themselves.
Did
It wasn't
they
enough for
provide
them.
you with any medical assistance? What medications you had? First aid kits, painkillers? What
We-
were you given in general?
We ordered it, but not everything arrived. We had hydrogen peroxide, we had bandages, sometimes we had levomicol, sometimes we had in short painkillers. Of course, there were no vitamins. We haven't had anything like that appear. Syringes are rare, bandages are not bandages at all. Well, in short, we treated ourselves because the evacuation system didn't
You
work
say that
for
in
us.
July they were still walking, carrying things to you on foot. Why weren't you carried out?
They brought us food from the first building because everything was flying via drones to the main building. All the food was flying.
No walking roads.
There was none. We were the last ones to enter, 14 people. Well, half of them in short died in the first few days,
Good.
at different points. That's because the groups were divided. So,
How long were you lying there, wounded?
almost 2 months. My leg was healing.
The months of July
From July until August 23.
until August 23.
Yes, on August 23 I already entered my position.
You say that things started to get really bad in August.
Yes, and that's it. Yes, that was already bad. It all started in July when I began to understand that they brought us food once every 2 days. There is no food, there is no this, no cigarettes, no sweets, no nothing. They brought it, there were 14 of us wounded lying there. And they gave us in short a pack of pasta and a can of stew. And we ate cooked pasta with stew, poured into plates, and everyone there drank after from the river and delighted it was boiling water again. Well, at least to somehow get
Who
full.
went for the water?
The guys who were located nearby with the position came. They brought us 10 liters of water a day.
Did you boil it or use tablets?
Pots, teapots, as if they were found in factories. We slept on clothes, on garbage, on anything. Well, that's how it is, yes. So, that's how I lived in short for several months. I arrived emaciated, really emaciated.
How
That's
much
just-
do you weigh now?
I now weigh about 40 odd kilograms.
And when did you come in?
And when I came in, I weighed at 80.
Twice as much.
Yes.
YouTube doesn't like this. He showed well he has anorexia under this blue t-shirt. YouTube will ban you immediately for this story, so...
Here you go. After which, on August 23, I go to the position.
Already on duty?
Yes, already on duty. I'm lame, my leg hasn't really healed yet, but I kind of say that I can't be here anymore. Take me to the position. That's it.
What did you have in your ammunition by September? Well, by August 23.
By August 23rd, I had nothing with me. No rifle, no bullets, nothing. Because I came to the point without the rifle. I came with a small bag because I was wounded. Because I didn't need it there because I couldn't even stand on my feet. What the point to me? Walking with a rifle. Yes. And I simply wouldn't have carried it. I would have lost it somewhere. So, on August 23rd, I arrived at a new position. We have a new commander there. Well, not a new commander, but with those with whom I came in. This is Nick and Laguchi. Which, how can I explain it? How can I tell it?
In Russian.
Yes. Can I tell you everything?
Maybe every other word. Well, of course, everything.
Well, in short, these guys are two drug addicts. The guys who gave us painkillers, we were given Nifapan and Pramidol.
Maybe.
Yes, these are painkillers that pure opium. Pramidol is pure opium. And they indulged in it. They collected it there, wandered around somewhere, exchanged it somewhere, they used it in it. And when provision arrived, they ran there to the first building. They shortchanged us all. For which they were shot. By our own guys.
Okay, let's go into more detail. What do you mean they shortchanged?
Then somehow they got supplies for 12 people, sometimes 3 packs of pasta and 3 cans of stew, sometimes 2 cans of stew and 2 packs of pasta. So they would take 1 can for themselves, sometimes 2, and a pack of pasta, and they would take 2 for themselves. And for the remaining 10 people, they cooked cooked a pack of pasta, drained the broth from the stew, and gave it to them to eat. They took the rest for themselves, cooked a cauldron for themselves, and
You
for
name
them.
two.
Yes, Nick and Laguchi. They were from my department, from my team, and there was another team nearby, which was also nearby, and two with that one. So, and they ate 4 people.
How did you know they were stealing food?
It was clear.
Well, how
By
long
the
did you
cooking.
put up with this?
I only endured this for 3 days.
Who killed them?
Our own.
Well, who are yours?
Call sign Asrar. Asrar.
How?
Asrar.
Russian?
Azerbaijani.
Just imagine. I'm just trolling in short.
I understand.
What, he doesn't like Russians?
He couldn't stand all this, that everyone was being deprived, and it seems this lasted more than 1 day.
And how was it?
In the middle of the night, I was sleeping. I heard 2 shots. And that's all. Well, I don't know anything. Maybe someone shot at his post. I think, oh well, screw it. So, I am sleeping, then this Asror comes to me. He comes to me in short and says like, go stand on guard there, in short. Like today everything will change. Well, without a second thought, I went, sat down at the post and observed in short what's what. Nothing happened, they brought provisions and I started eating. And I understand that someone is missing. There's some kind of silence. And all the action begins. Everyone is silent. Nobody says anything. In the end, it turns out that it was both of them who were shot.
Unfortunately.
Well, someone breathed a sign of relief.
Someone said, why did you do that?
Everyone was silent.
Did everyone agree?
Yes.
So did you at least give the ration to that Uzbek who was there?
Azerbaijani.
Azerbaijani.
Gave it away.
Did they give him their rations?
No, it turned out that we actually started eating normally. We ate for 4 days. Fine. After which, it turned out that a group began to enter. Blue.
When did this happen?
It started on the 23rd. So today we have 20. What is today? The 26th? The 27th.
So be it.
It started 12 days ago.
Well, that's already...
Well, plus how long have I been here? It's somewhere in short 15, maybe 16 days ago.
2 weeks?
Yes.
You already started this, haven't
That's
you?
it, yes, the assault began. Well, it wasn't the assault that began, but the approach that began, initial. It was a little earlier.
When did your operation start? Well, somewhere in 12s, maybe.
Until the 12th, we lived there, hung out. Well, we were relaxed. I'm from my
Was there
bulletproof
food?
vest. Well, how was it? Sent out barely.
How did you know they ate the dog?
There,
Well, I know they ate both cats and dogs.
yes,
Tell me, because no one will believe me.
yes. The first dog they ate was white. It was an alibi. They shot it. There was a lot of meat. Because the head, it's lying there. The head was cut off and thrown away. And when they brought it to us, well, they brought us a goat. They didn't bring us a goat. The dog went to other places. There wasn't enough meat.
There is a possibility that they gave you in short an alibi. And they said it was a goat.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Everything was possible there.
Why do you eat cats?
And we got our cat, well, by chance. It just happened to come across a cat. But I didn't have a chance to get a cat. They say there is not enough meat, not enough broth. So,
How many wounded died there?
wounded died. Every day somebody died. Every day 2-3 people.
Why did they die?
Because of hunger.
What, you haven't shared with them?
There was not enough food.
To die of hunger, I don't know how it happens.
Just dehydration and drying out. Look, well, I tell you now, we'll get to that now.
Okay.